today. Because family and friends have travelled to be with Marc and Tracey today, and I know it means a great deal to them both that you can all be here to share in their happiness. You've all been invited because you've touched their lives in some special way. Each of you are a valued part of what they are as individuals and what they will become as a married couple. And you're all here today to witness the marriage because Marc and Tracey are here today to make promises as a public statement of their love for each other. So maybe the guests would like to be seated. It has been said that one of the most understated but deepest relationships in human life is that between a caring son and his mum. One of the rare occasions that this relationship is acknowledged is at a wedding ceremony. Tom today represents his family, but in this special gesture he symbolises his own love for his mum. So it is with great pleasure that I now ask, who brings this woman to be married here today?
I do.
I'll tell you what, that went nearly as well as you. Now Tom, I wonder if you'd probably like to hand your mum and hand over. Now we had a seat for you there, I think, on the front row. Now before we start the ceremony, I think we're going to have a reading by Ellie, What is Love?
What is a soulmate?
Oh, sorry.
If you have found a smile that is the sweetest one you've known, if you have heard within a voice the echoes of your own, if you have felt a touch that stirs the longings of your heart and still can feel that closeness in the moments you're apart, if you have filled with wonder at the way two lives can blend to weave a perfect pattern that is seamless to the end, if you believe some things in life are simply meant to be, then you have found your soulmate, your heart's own destiny.
Well done. Marc and Tracey, marriage is the joining together of a man and a woman into one couple so they can provide each other with comfort and companionship. And they can enrich and encourage each other throughout their married life. Their wedding day is one of the most important of life's many, many milestones. It needs to be celebrated in a way which is true to your ideals. It's a partnership in which each of you can grow and be your true selves, whilst also becoming part of the other. Before a marriage can take place, certain things have to be done to comply with the law. First, the couple must give notice of their intention to be married, and Marc and Tracey have done that. And you may have noticed while you were waiting in the reception area before you came into the marriage room, all the notices are displayed there for all the forthcoming marriages. And anybody who wished to place an objection has an opportunity to do so. And you two will be happy to know no objection has been made and that the necessary certificate has been issued. And it's on the authority of that document that your marriage can now take place here today. Secondly, I have to ask everyone here, and Marc and Tracey, to confirm that there's no legal reason under the law to prevent them being married here today. And we've now arrived at that part of the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, this place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. You're here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Marc Howarth and Tracey Longthorne. I must ask if any person here knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage taking place. You have a duty and a responsibility to declare it now. I'll tell you what, we don't have like silence, because silence means you can move on. Before you were joined in matrimony, I have to remind you both of the solemn and the binding character of the marriage ceremony and the vows that you're both about to make here today. Because marriage, according to law of this country, is the union of one man with one woman, voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. And such a marriage should not be entered into lightly, but that a great deal of thought, an awful lot of respect, and with the intention of sharing each other's happiness. And to maintain a happy marriage, you'll both need to be loving, patient, understanding, and have a wicked sense of humour. Therein lies the hope of a successful marriage. And the words that I'll ask Mark and Tracey to say in a few minutes are the ones required by law. The promises they make form a contract between them, expressing their commitment to be true and faithful to each other for the rest of their lives in bad times as well as in good. Looking at you two today, I feel sure there'll be many more happy times than there'll be sad for me. So I therefore ask of you, Mark, do you enter into this marriage of your own free will? Tracey, do you enter into this marriage of your own free will? I'm now going to ask you in turn to declare that you know of no lawful reason why you should not be married to each other here today. So Mark, if you could just repeat after me. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Mark Howarth,
why I, Mark Howarth,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Tracey Longthorne.
to Tracey Longthorne.
Your turn now, Tracey. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment, reason, you can say,
that I know of any
lawful reason,
lawful reason
why I, Tracey Longthorne,
why I, Tracey Longthorne,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Mark Howarth.
to Mark Howarth.
Well done. Now the moment has arrived when Mark and Tracey will contract their marriage before you, their witnesses. So maybe at this point you may like to stand just to offer them some support. I'm only keeping them moving so we don't Dear Mark and Tracey, after the endless weeks of planning and preparing and making lists and yet more lists, you're here at last in front of your family and your friends to make your vows to each other. You've both publicly declared your freedom to marry and your intention to marry each other. I'll now ask you both to make the declarations that will unite you both in marriage. So just turn to face one another, holding hands, and forget about me and forget about everybody else. This time you're saying the words to each other. All right, Mark? So say these words to Tracey, not to me, because I've got one at home. I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Mark Howarth,
Mark Howarth,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Tracey Longthorne,
Tracey Longthorne,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
and I promise to care for you,
I promise to care for you,
to give you my love and friendship,
to give you my love and friendship,
and to respect and cherish you
and to respect and cherish you
throughout the rest of our lives together.
throughout the rest of our lives together.
And this is my vow to you.
And this is my vow to you.
Well done. Your turn now, Tracey. I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness that I,
to witness that I,
Tracey Longthorne,
Tracey Longthorne,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Mark Howarth,
Mark Howarth,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
and I promise to care for you,
I promise to care for you,
to give you my love and friendship,
to give you my love and friendship,
and to respect and cherish you
and to respect and cherish you
throughout the rest of our lives together.
throughout the rest of our lives together.
And this is my vow to you.
And this is my vow to you.
Well done. Maybe the guests would like to be seated. But they didn't say well done. We've now come to the part of the ceremony where Mark and Tracey are going to exchange wedding rings. And this is the outward sign of the lifelong promises that you two have just made to each other. So Ben, I wonder if you'd like to come forward with the rings. You can come this side, please. That's still this one, isn't it? Sorry, mate. If you could give Mark Tracey's ring. It's usually the smaller one of the two. If you can just hold it in place on the third finger of the left. Saying these words to Tracey. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of all that I have promised
of all that I have promised
and of all that we shall share.
and of all that we will share.
Please wear it with love
Wear it with love
and treat it as
and treat it as
a constant reminder
a constant reminder
of this our special day.
of this our special day.
And this is technical registrar's fee, but should we tell them? That's the technical version of it. Cheers, Ben. And if you could give Tracey Mark's ring. you go. Thank you very much. You did well. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of all that I have promised
of all that I have promised
and of all that we shall share.
and of all that we will share.
Please wear it with love
Please wear it with love
and treat it as
and treat it as
a constant reminder
a constant reminder
of this our special day.
of this our special day.
And may the love that you two have bound together like a circle of a ring go on and on forever. Now, Marc and Tracey, you share today the joy of a deep commitment and a special trust, and you've given each other the most precious gift of love. Treasure it, nurture it, and encourage it with all the honesty you used in creating it. You are sharing something very rare and beautiful. Always speak the truth and listen attentively, so that you may understand each other's thoughts and intentions. Inspire each other by sharing your accomplishments. Say I love you often to retain the warmth between you. Laugh a lot too, even when you're angry. Remember, you're each other's best friend. Stand together and for each other always. May each day be a blessing and the fulfilment of all your dreams. To Marc and Tracey, I hope the ordinary things that you two are going to share become special. The special things become absolutely wonderful, and everything not just about today, but all the coming years will hold nothing but health and happiness for you both. So Marc and Tracey, you've both made the declarations prescribed by law and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your families and friends who've come here today to love, care and support you as you embark on married life together. In accordance with the law of this country, it is indeed my privilege and my honour to now announce that you two are now husband and wife. Now I have a little note at bottom right hand corner here to prompt me, and it says snogging bit. So Marc, I wonder if you'd like to kiss your lovely bride. Sign the register. I'm very happy not here. Smile. I won't get all you guests to sing, we'll do that later. Now, if you'd like to come over here while we get the register signed. Oh, I like this song as well. I thought you were going to stay over there. I was trying to meanwhile you to get you to come here.
Yeah, but then I was going to sit there, but then I realised Tom was going to sit.
But you could get the facial expression.
Oh, I did alright though.
Yeah, you did good.
Just in case you're trying to keep your
I
hands
know.
steady.
Yeah. Are you a witness?
Am I what?
A witness. Are you signing for him?
I'm Mark's brother.
Are you?
Mark's oldest brother. Don't need a pick for that.
You can sit here. Also, you can have over there. You know when you're going out, don't worry about your dress on the side. Yeah, I'll put it on.